if you're my ally.
Like if I see them bullying you, you don't think I'll come and rescue you?
Because I want to shake and shake. But there's no shake. I'm relaxing. Everyone can change to that hot skirt and he must enter that place. Most.
They know to carry am near my side. Now I know that they gather 3 minds. I don't want to see finish.
What a night. Meanwhile, if you're an Onyeka's fan, please watch to the end. I will need your honest opinion regarding a situation. So after the power oil task and TJ being celebrated, after that, Ozee moved towards Victoria, telling Victoria he's yet to understand her mood, that people celebrate their task win at least an hour. That can't you see on Saturday when their team won the task, that he couldn't even wait for the party to start. All he wanted was just to go to the party arena, start dancing immediately, that people celebrate their win even till the next morning. But look at you, it's not even up to an hour and you've switched already. He can't even tell your mood from looking at you whether you're happy or not. But then Victoria told him that she's not even thinking about the task, that she already moved past the task. That throughout the celebration, while they were sharing drink, because Big Brother actually brought drinks for them to celebrate TJ's newborn babies. And Victoria said throughout that celebration that what she was just thinking is what TJ's wife went through, like being all alone, your husband being on a show. Like how does TJ even feel being here and your wife is out there in labor? You don't even know what she passed through to welcome that child. And Ozee said no, like that this is part of the hustle, that he's a man, he needs to do what men do, that sometimes a man must journey on his own battle, to make it big. Likewise, women, that some women also take that risk as well. And now asked Victoria, do you read your Bible? Have you read about Proverb 31 woman? And Victoria said no. And I said, okay, don't worry, I will get my brother's Bible for you so that you will read it. And Victoria announced that, they started interacting. Victoria said, oh, she reads Bible, but then the popular stories in the Bible. And those now said, don't worry, I'll get you that Bible so you will read that particular passage to understand what Johnny TJ just took. That is for the betterment of his family and even his children to come. In the process of this conversation, WANNI and Handi made fries for the house and now called them to come carry theirs, that's dinner. And Victoria and Ozee went to get theirs and still came back to the same couch to continue their conversation. But then this time around, the conversation was different. So Ozee was like, you are now one of my allies. And, Victoria was like, ally. And Ozee now asked, don't you consider me as one? Don't you consider me as your friend? In fact, I have so many friends in the house. I'm talking about ally, like a protector, someone that can come in and save you. Maybe you're having a bad day and I'll just come in and save the day. And Victoria said, you didn't even come the day I had that problem with Micky. And Ozee then said, well, regarding that one, that he didn't even see the need. And to him, it was just a build-up emotion. And Victoria now started asking him, did I overreact? And Ozee said, you didn't. It's just that you've built up so many emotions that since you came in here, you haven't had any problem with anybody. And trust me, maybe you've been angry, but be bottling it up. So you just saw a little opportunity and Micky now, I decided to just let go of everything because what happened didn't even warrant you going that off on Micky. And Victoria was just saying, So Ozee now said, saying how you went off on Micky, that he was just imagining what you look like in your previous place of work. And Victoria was now like, which of my job? And Ozee said, when you worked at the bar, that's at the club. From there, Victoria now started narrating how that job is a very stressful one, especially as a lady. It's not even what she envisioned doing, even if it's in a bigger way. That it's nightlife now, it's tiring, and you have to work overnight. That's the times when she was working at that club. That you imagine when you have to close at work around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and you're coming back home 7 a.m. with full-blown makeup, and you know how judgmental people can actually be. And people will be thinking, oh, maybe you are doing some sort of other job. That it was not really easy on her, but she just had to do it. And from there, then I started talking about when did you even start doing this job? And she said, okay, she was 17, but lied to her boss that she was 23, that she was 17, claiming 23. That she's even sure that right now that she's on this show, most of her colleague or establishment she has worked for before will be like, is Victoria 25 since that time? You know, like they'll be trying to compare the age she gave now and when she started working. That she just had to do it. Her father died and she just had to work. In fact, it was just a long conversation because from there, Ozee even started blaming her previous employees for not doing their due diligence, that she was not even up to age. And she talked about how she tried to do pageant through, and even the job, she tried to say her real age. They still didn't take her. She now said, there no need now, let her continue lying about her age. That there was a time she tried a modeling gig, she tried a modeling gig, that it was for B. Franklin's wedding. She told them her actual age, but they said no, they didn't take her. She now says it's better she continues lying to make ends meet. So this conversation was a very long one that now led to the main conversation I want to give you guys now, which is between Onyeka, Handi, and Chizoba. What Onyeka cannot formulate does not exist. So Onyeka started gisting Handi and Chizoba how Victoria made her first move to Ozee. So according to Onyeka said she had a conversation with Victoria, telling Victoria about how the guys around her are real niggas and rich guys. And that before you could say Jack Robinson, Victoria is already making her move towards Ozee. But Handi was like, there is no ship there because Ozee already mentioned that he has something outside and he wouldn't want to jeopardize what he has outside. And Onyeka said no, that he must enter that ship because the energy by which Victoria is moving, that Victoria likes Ozee, that although she went to meet her to tell her to run am. If you remember the conversation Onyeka had with Victoria, Onyeka was trying to know if there is something between Victoria and Ozee, and Victoria said no, it's just alcohol and Saturday tension ahead of Sunday eviction, normal thing in the house. But here is Onyeka telling Handi and Chizoba that she went to meet Victoria to tell Victoria, run am now, run this relationship. And Victoria told her, no, that there is nothing there. It's just alcohol and tension, eviction tension. But now, that's the other day, today, Victoria, after taking her shower, said, I don't even know how I'm looking in this clothes. Only for her to go and wear one very short skirt. And the next thing, she's moving towards Ozee. And that today they had the longest conversation. In fact, Chizoba and Handi was like, why will you go and tell her to run her? Why will you have that conversation with her? And Onyeka said, on Saturday, after Saturday night party, that Ozee was feeling guilty. Ozee came and was attacking me. And they were like, attacking you how? He said he came and was telling me, you. That maybe he was feeling guilty that it's now him and Victoria. And he was just telling me, you. And Handi was just looking at her like, you know that eyes when someone is looking at you like, when did all this one happen? When did he attack you? When did... And he said, after that, it's been Victoria and Ozee. Even while Handi is trying to second guess, saying, oh, I think there is something there because the way they are always having conversation in the kitchen and all that, Onyeka is busy assuring them that there is something there. That this girl likes him, that this girl likes him. At this point, I don't even blame Micky for saying that one day the house will gather and beat Onyeka. Although he said that in a funny way, he said it when Sean was gravitating towards Onyeka because Sean was busy gisting Onyeka the whole issue between him and WANNI. And Suj as well was gisting Onyeka. the whole thing with him and Nelly. And Mickey, who was at the gym, saw how they were moving with Onyeka, said, Onyeka, be careful, oh, they go gather beat you for this house. Oh. That it's, and Zion was like, who will beat her? And Mickey said, so you think say people like WANNI and Handi know if you arrange arrange beating for Onyeka? It's actually a funny thing, but at this point, they can actually gather and beat Onyeka because what's going on? Why are you making things in your head? Meanwhile, speaking of Mickey, Mickey said he has moved past WANNI and Handi and that one day he's going to change them for them. That have you seen where an owner is telling a dog to calm down? That's what he's going to do to WANNI and Handi. But it doesn't look like Mickey has grown past them all because at any given time, Mickey is always mentioning this girl's name. And I'm like, is WANNI and Handi your content? You promised us the energy when you were coming in. What's going on? And he said that WANNI and Handi are even the one always talking about him. That since Ibuka mentioned about Mickey saying you are in a trouble, that they've been giving him this energy instead of them to come talk. To come talk to him. That they know that the little one they even did, they gathered three people's gods, three people's audacity to come and talk to him. That they know they cannot do it with him. He will just change them for them. And I'm like, wow. Since when, Mickey? Mickey. Well, Mickey also said that his spec in this house is Chizoba. That Chizoba has this curvy body, that she has a very nice body. And I'm like, wow. Now, what thing that they do for this house? To just sit down and be... And even when Zion was like, Chizoba shared the same similar body shape with WANNI and Handi and the twins. He said, no, that the difference is clear. The difference is clear. Say Chizoba fine, but Chizoba's body is fine, but then it's just her face. That her face feel punch person, but he will just overlook the face. But body wise, Chizoba is a speck in this house, and I'm like, wow. From Handi to Chizoba, we gathered it. So Ben now has a competitor. Chizoba na hot cake. Anyways, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video. Please, Onyeka's fans, tell me what you think about your baby girls, about our baby girls conversation tonight. Tell me what you think about the whole convo regarding Victoria and Ozee. I would like to read all your comments. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.